Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. I hope you are well. If you like the video, please subscribe and stay tuned for new videos. Mom Matters, Baylen Out Loud Mom, Julie Dupree, on managing the curveballs. Season 2 now airing Tuesdays on TLC. Streams the next day on HBO. Baylen Out Loud is heading to Season 2 after an incredible reaction from the viewing public, who resonated with this West Virginia family's journey with working with and around a child with severe neurological issues. Baylen Out Loud spotlights what it's like to live with Tourette syndrome, but Baylen is not hoping to become the face of the neurological disorder. Mom Julie talked with Melissa about all the pitfalls and triumphs that having a child with a late diagnosis of Tourette syndrome entails and offers hope to parents out there who are concerned for their children. We learned from the series that Tourette looks different in everyone. Not all Tourette syndrome folks have the added issues like OCD and the coprolalia that Baylen also suffers with, exacerbating her situation to live on her own safely. Tics can manifest from facial reactions to full-body muscle spasms. Baylen has it all, the most extreme examples of these issues. The show and the intentions of the producers come through as authentic, kind, and not afraid of embracing the humor of what is a serious issue for Baylen Dupree. We meet her large family in Season 1, headed by Mom Julie and Dad Alan. The two parents are still processing the onslaught of the diagnosis of Tourette syndrome for their daughter Baylen. It wasn't until she was in her teens that a proper diagnosis was made. This frustration and uncertainty were challenging for the entire family, including Baylen, who had a rough few years when the Tourette tics started compromising her daily life. Frightening for her parents and confusing for Baylen, the bright spot is time, which seems to help with the worst tics, but there is no cure. And to top it all off, Baylen's personal life is racing right to the altar with boyfriend Colin, who seems to have her best interest deep to heart. Dupree's parents noticed her tics when she was around 7. She visited a series of doctors over the years before being diagnosed with Tourette syndrome shortly before her 18th birthday. Baylen also struggles with obsessive-compulsive disorder, OCD. The series also has Julie and Alan taking Baylen to a specialist in Boston who explains the most invasive potential treatment, deep brain stimulation. Finding Baylen on TikTok, executive producer Michael Levitt found her story and persona captivating. When he met the entire Dupree family, he knew he had to tell their story to the public. He said, "Opening up one's home and life to strangers from Hollywood is a big and often scary decision. I am so grateful to the entire Dupree family for trusting me and TLC to document Baylen's journey living with Tourette syndrome respectfully and authentically. It has truly been an honor and privilege to be invited into their home and spend so much time with them, always being made to feel like an honorary member of their beautiful family." Tourette syndrome explained. Tourette syndrome, TS, is a disorder that involves repetitive movements or unwanted sounds, tics, that can't be easily controlled by the afflicted person, according to the Mayo Clinic. Symptoms typically start between the ages of 2 and 15. It's 3 to 4 times more common in men than women, and while there are treatments available, there is no cure. Coprolalia, swearing, is the most stereotypical Tourette syndrome, but it only occurs in about 10% of cases, according to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. The Tourette Association of America, a leading advocacy group for those with the disorder, also supports the Dupree family. In a statement to KTVB parent station, NBC, and Today.com, the organization says it's grateful for Dupree's efforts to raise awareness about TS, adding that it is a highly stigmatized and often misunderstood condition. To manage her tics, over the past 3 years, Julie and Alan have helped Baylen with comprehensive behavioral intervention, CBIT, a type of non-medication treatment. The goal is to circumvent a tic and predict triggers that can set them off. TLC's fan-favorite hit returns. Season 2 of Baylen Out Loud premieres Tuesday, October 7th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time/Pacific Time. Los Angeles, California, Baylen is back. Today, TLC announced the highly anticipated return of its breakout hit Baylen Out Loud, the #1 freshman series on cable in 2025 across all key demos. The series continues to follow Baylen Dupree, a vibrant and resilient young woman living with Tourette syndrome, as she navigates life, love, and independence. With her unfiltered honesty, infectious humor, and unwavering spirit, Baylen has become a relatable voice for many, offering a refreshing look at what it means to live authentically while facing real challenges. The new season returns Tuesday, October 7th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time/Pacific Time. Baylen and her fiancé Colin are now living together, learning the ropes of adulting and discovering that love and cohabitating require a lot of compromise. From premarital counseling sessions to cozy apartment life, this season is all about Baylen leveling up. As she adjusts to a new city, she begins building new friendships and expanding her support system. Baylen's journey with Tourette syndrome continues as she navigates new challenges, medications, and opportunities to learn more about herself. With a wedding on the horizon, Baylen and Colin begin laying the groundwork for their big day, preparing what's to come through dress shopping, floral design, and venue visits, as they take meaningful steps toward building a life together. But wedding planning isn't as dreamy as they imagined, as they are faced with personal compromise, budget realities, and location dilemmas that challenge their vision and test their teamwork. Baylen Out Loud has been praised for its thoughtful storytelling and cultural relevance, sparking meaningful conversations around mental health, neurodiversity, and representation. With over 300 million views across TLC social media platforms, the series has not only resonated with viewers but also earned recognition as one of TLC's most impactful new titles. Fans on social will get an early taste of the new season on Baylen's Bites, an original multi-part TLC digital series which follows Baylen and Colin on a food adventure around Washington, D.C. The pair will explore new cuisines, taste test treats, and learn a few new recipes. New episodes drop weekly on Thursdays across all TLC social handles. Baylen Out Loud is produced by Michael Levitt Productions for TLC. New episodes will be available to stream on HBO Max the day after airing. Follow TLC on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and TLC.com for the latest on all things Baylen Out Loud. Join the conversation using Baylen Out Loud. About TLC. D.com. Offering remarkable real-life stories without judgment, TLC shares everyday heart, humor, hope and human connection with programming genres that include fascinating families, heartwarming transformations, and life's milestone moments. TLC is a global brand available in more than 75 million homes in the US and 270 million households around the world. TLC is owned by Warner Bros. Discovery, Nasdaq, WBD, a leading global media and entertainment company that creates and distributes the world's most differentiated and complete portfolio of content and brands across television, film, and streaming. Available in more than 220 countries and territories and 50 languages, Warner Bros. Discovery inspires, informs, and entertains audiences worldwide through its iconic brands and products including Discovery Channel, Max, Discovery CNN, DC, Eurosport, HBO, HBO Max, HGTV, Food Network, OWN, Investigation Discovery, Magnolia Network, TNT, TBS, True TV, Travel Channel, Motor Trend, Animal Planet, Science Channel, Warner Bros. Film Group, Warner Bros. Television Group, Warner Bros. Games, New Line Cinema, Cartoon Network, Adult Swim, Turner Classic Movies, Discovery en Español, Hogar de HGTV and others. For more information, please visit www.wbd.com. Meet Baylen Dupree's family, all about her parents and siblings. Baylen Dupree was born to Julie and Alan, along with her 5 siblings, Burke, Sammy, Sven, Vic and Beckner. Get to know Baylen Dupree's family. The 22-year-old first rose to fame documenting her life with Tourette syndrome on TikTok and now stars in her own TLC series, Baylen Out Loud. According to the Mayo Clinic, Tourette syndrome is a neurodevelopmental disorder characterized by rapid, repetitive, and involuntary muscle movements or sounds, tics. In addition to giving fans a closer look at Dupree's life, the series also features her family members and fiancé, Colin Dooley. Dupree is the daughter of Julie and Alan Dupree and the second eldest of their 6 children. Baylen has 1 sister, Sammy, and 4 brothers, Burke, Sven, Vic and Beckner. Dupree told People in January 2025 that she's pleased with how the TLC series portrays her life. I absolutely love the way that Tourette is displayed, the way that I am displayed, the way that my family is displayed, she said. I just want people to leave knowing my name. That's really important to me. I'm not Tourette girl. Read on to learn more about Baylen Dupree's parents and siblings. Related, TikToker Baylen Dupree shares realities of life with Tourette's in new TLC show Baylen Out Loud, an emotional dance, exclusive. Baylen Dupree's mom, Julie Dupree. Baylen's mom is Julie Dupree. She's been married to her husband Alan Dupree for 23 years. Julie, a stay-at-home mom, raised Baylen and her siblings in West Virginia. Baylen Dupree's dad, Alan Dupree. Baylen's dad is Alan Dupree. He's welcomed 6 kids with Julie throughout their 23-year-long marriage. Alan, who will also appear in Baylen Out Loud alongside his family, works with the federal government for a living. Baylen Dupree's brother, Burke Dupree. Burke, who is 23 years old, is the eldest child of Julie and Alan. He recently graduated from college and is ready to start his career. In an episode of Baylen Out Loud, Alan gave an update on his eldest son. He's moved back home with us, and now he's on his job hunting adventure, he said of Burke. Baylen Dupree's sister, Sammy Dupree. Sammy is the third eldest child of Julie and Alan, the second of their 2 daughters after Baylen. She lives in Kansas with her boyfriend but often returns to West Virginia to visit her family. She's kind of our wild kid as far as like most daring, Alan describes Sammy in an episode of Baylen Out Loud. She's moved out first, but she comes home quite often. When speaking with people exclusively ahead of the show's premiere, Baylen opened up about her younger sister moving out. There was definitely some jealousy, but I was so happy for her, she said of Sammy. She added, the only thing that I can do is just be so happy for her for everything that she's accomplished because she is truly breaking every single barrier that she's set up in her head ever since she was younger. Baylen Dupree's brother, Sven Dupree. Sven Dupree, who is 16 years old, is Julie and Alan's 4th-born child. According to his dad in Baylen Out Loud, he is really into sports and his friends now. Baylen Dupree's brother, Vic Dupree. Vic Dupree, who is 13 years old, is Julie and Alan's 5th-born child.